all you cool crooks and killers. Welcome back to True Crime Now, your number one source on the internet for daily true crime videos. If you're going to act dumb and commit a crime, don't be upset when everyone finds out about it on the news or on a YouTube top 10 countdown list. Today, we are counting down the top 10 dumbest criminals of all time. Number 10. Giving away your address. You could argue that anyone who attempts to rob a bank is already well versed in making bad decisions, but you won't believe the poor choices of this robber. In 2019, Michael Harrell passed a note over to a teller at a Cleveland bank about robbing the bank. The problem? The note was written on the back of a document from the Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles and included the criminal's full name and address. In what could barely be classified as an investigation, Harrell was quickly identified and taken into custody a few hours later. He might as well just have introduced himself to the bank teller. If you think that's dumb, just wait until you see what our dim-witted number 1 pick did. This whole list will have you face-palming all the way through. Number 9. Sending a selfie to police. Shockingly, in 2016, a man suspected of arson and vandalism sent a selfie to the police because he did not like the picture they used that was circulating in the news. He said it was not flattering and made him look like James Brown or a Thundercat on the run. Donald Pugh sent what he thought was a better photo of himself to the Ohio police from his personal cell phone because the original picture was so unflattering and oh my goodness, what was he thinking? Let's just say that Donald is far from the smartest criminal on the planet and was arrested soon after. Go figure. Number 8. The terrorist who caught himself. Authorities were left baffled by a Taliban commander who gave himself up in 2012 and then tried to claim the $100 reward for information leading to his own capture. But hey, we will give the guy credit for thinking a little ahead. Mohammed Hassan, a low-level member of the Taliban, was suspected of organizing attacks on US and Afghan troops in Afghanistan, which he maybe should have stuck to in light of his upcoming dim-witted decisions. Mohammed walked up to a military checkpoint in 2012 and then proceeded to point at a wanted poster featuring his face, then point to himself and ask for the finder's fee. Yep, we smacked our forehead too. Number 7. The Glasgow cucumber robbery. Let's just let this one sink in for a moment. A criminal tried to rob a business with a cucumber. In 2014, Gary Ruff, armed with a cucumber that was painted black, decided to rob a worker at a betting agency in Glasgow, Scotland, and demanded cash. Luckily, the worker saw through the vegetable ruse and was saved by an off-duty police officer. Gary tried to say that it was all a joke and couldn't believe he was getting arrested for this type of crime. We have a direct quote from the perpetrator here. Am I going to jail for this? Yes, Gary, you are going to jail for being stupid. This world is doomed, we swear. Number 6. Vatican drug orgy. You heard that right. Vatican, drug, and orgy, all in one sentence. In 2017, another crisis hit the Vatican in the form of one Monsignor Luigi Capozzi, a priest at the Vatican. According to local newspapers and neighbors, a stream of young men and drugs were constantly flowing in and out of Luigi's apartment. Luigi was a high-ranking Vatican advisor to the Pope on certain issues, making the drug charges all the more concerning and unbelievable for a man in his position. Nonetheless, Luigi was held accountable for his crime and was sentenced to a convent outside of Rome to repent. Wow! It actually seems like a light sentence when you're supposedly pretty tight with the big man upstairs. We're halfway through our countdown and we haven't stopped shaking our heads yet. It's not like we want the criminals to succeed, but some of their decisions are just unbelievable. Let us know about a stupid criminal from your town in the comments, and maybe we'll include your story in a part 2. Number 5. More selfies? Really? Obviously, not the first to be caught by a selfie, and probably not the last. Ashley Keast used a stolen phone card to snap a selfie inside a house he was robbing. Just why? Was he going to post it to his Instagram story later to show off his robbery haul? Unfortunately for Ashley, he took the picture and sent it to his friends and a bunch of other contacts in the phone he stole. Slick, Ashley. Real slick. Authorities found him at his own home with the phone card, a Rolex, and other valuables from the botched robbery. Ashley was jailed for 2 years and 8 months in 2014 after confessing. Hopefully, Ashley learned his lesson on how technology works. And you know that stealing is bad. Number 4. Australian bakery debacle. In Melbourne, Australia, a bakery was set to be robbed one night in 2010. However, this criminal did not think physics would come into play for him. The criminal got stuck in a locked storeroom at the Frankston's Bakery and made a mess trying to escape. When watching the CCTV footage, you can see just how many attempts to escape the would-be thief makes. He stacks chairs, containers, and anything else he could get his hands on to escape with little in the way of progress. It's honestly hard to watch with a straight face. Thankfully for the business, the thief got away with nothing but embarrassment and a nice scar from his ordeal. Watching the footage, you can't help but feel a little sorry for him. Number 3. A wedgie for his followers. Charles Ross, a YouTube prankster, realized just how serious things can become with the law once you start giving strangers unwarranted wedgies. Yes, the schoolyard prank of pulling someone's underwear up in a painful manner. Ross was filming a video for his YouTube channel where he waited outside of a movie theater and gave unsuspecting patrons an unpleasant surprise when they walked past him. Several of the wedgie receivers actually called the police, and Ross was arrested for the prank. The police say that, according to the video, his sentence could have been a lot harsher, but many of the victims were too embarrassed to come forward. I'm sure that arrest will be difficult to explain on a future job interview if his YouTube career doesn't flourish. Number 2. Applying for a job after stealing. Applying for any job can be nerve-wracking enough, but imagine if you had just stolen from the same company you were applying to work at. And not just once, but twice. A man from Wyoming had the bright idea to purchase some of his items legally from a sporting goods store before robbing it. The genius mastermind even used his rewards card with his name and information on it. He then proceeded to steal 3 pairs of sunglasses and ammunition from the store. Soon after, he came back in thinking that no one would recognize him and attempted to apply for a job. While he filled out his application, actual employees who didn't steal from their own company called the police. Authorities recovered all of the stolen items, and unbelievably, the thief did not get the job. Still, this isn't going to beat number 1 on our list. Make sure to like and subscribe for new true crime videos every day, and let us know in the comments some video ideas you'd like to see us make. Alright, are you ready for our dumbest criminal yet? Number 1. Sharpie thieves. For our number 1 pick, we have to start with this. They should have just worn a mask. There, more free advice for you wannabe criminals out there. But if these thieves had worn a mask, they wouldn't be number 1 on our list. In 2009, 2 criminals decided to break into a man's home and rob him. Unfortunately for them, they made quite an odd choice when it came to their disguise. They actually used a permanent marker in an attempt to cover their faces, and it clearly wasn't effective when it came to hiding their features. The victim was able to identify the thieves immediately in the lineup. You know, because he saw what they looked like. Police suspect that alcohol might have been involved in the botched robbery. Well, yeah, we suspected that too. There you have it, folks. The top 10 dumbest criminals. Did we miss anyone? Let us know in the comments and make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more true crime videos every day. Thanks for watching, and until next time, don't be embarrassed. Sleep with the lights on.